As we were mentioning yesterday, that if we take bread and we cook it or we fry it in a pot or some sort, the Halacha says that the bracha could change from Hamotzi min haaretz to borei minei mezonot. And we said it really depends on how small the pieces are. So if each piece is less than a kazait, it's less than 27 grams, and you go ahead and you cook it, then even though it started off as hamotzi, but once it's been cooked, then it becomes borei minei mezonot. So the question is, this is a very common question, is what happens if I have a bowl of soup? And now I want to take bread and I want to put it inside the soup. It's a hot soup. Or I want to take croutons, which we said could be hamotzi, depending on if it's baked or fried, and I want to put it inside the soup. Is that change the bracha of the bread to mizonot based on the principle that we said? It's cooked bread. So this actually takes us to Hilchot Shabbat, because in Hilchot Shabbat we have a concept called the Kli Rishon and a concept called the Kli Sheni. Kli Rishon is the first utensil, the utensil that was on the fire, and then the second utensil, so to speak, is the utensil that was put into, which was not directly on the fire. So the rule is, like in Hilchot Shabbat, the Kli Rishon cooks and the Kli Sheni does not cook. So if you have a bowl of soup, the bowl itself wasn't on the fire. The soup, which was in the pot, was on the fire. So that pot is a Kli Rishon, which means if I take bread and I slice it up into less than kazait and I put it into the pot, that bread actually becomes mizonot. However, if I take from the soup and I put it into a bowl, and into the bowl I put whatever I put inside, bread or croutons that could be potentially hamotzi, that will not change its bracha, because the soup itself is a Kli Sheni, and therefore Kli Sheni is not able to cook. So it doesn't have the halachic status of cooking, and therefore it still retains its bracha, even if each piece is less than a kazait. So if a person wanted to sort of take the easy way out, what he could do is he could have the bowl of soup on the fire, or even off the fire, but still within the pot, and still very, very hot, and then put in the bread less than kazait, small pieces of bread, and then that bread would actually be mizonot and al amichia. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen ve'amen.